I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Ruach Wadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, the true God, the only God. Yahweh Shai is the Messiah, the Son of God, the only begotten Son of God, the first creation of God, the Lamb that was slain for the sins of Israel, but now liveth forever, reigning with God. The Ruach Wadash is Hebrew for the Holy Spirit. These are the true names of the Most High God and His only begotten Son in the ancient Hebrew tongue, which is the holy language, which He have given us in these last days to call upon His true name and His Son's true name in spirit and in truth. I also want to give double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the upcoming elders that rule well and that teach well of Great Millstone. I am not a member of Great Millstone, but I do believe these men to be the elders, prophets, which the Heavenly Father have set up to feed the people, particularly Israel, particularly the elect, knowledge and understanding. That's my humble opinion. The words which I've heard from these men, I thought to be true. I believe to be true in the works that I saw. I thought to be good, sound, wholesome. So I give my double honors as the Apostle Paul exhorted us to do towards our elders. I also want to give peace and blessings unto the elect, the house of David, the 144,000 elect men, whoever you may be, and shalom to the fellow laborers that testify of Yahweh Shai and that publish this word. The focus of this lesson is concerning this video that is becoming viral on social media concerning a woman. A video that a woman posted, a Spanish woman. I'm sure she's from the Northern Kingdom. And she got on the internet crying, seeking for attention at the end of the day, because that's what these women do. Basically crying about a date that have been, her plans being disappointed. She had a date with some guy. The date didn't show up. But she made great preparation for this date. She made a lot of food, a lot of a lot of food for this person. She put in work for this person that she was interested in. And basically this was posted on it online, became viral. As you can see, 2.8 million views. And basically what I've been seeing on the internet is some woman, I ain't see all the comments obviously, but you have some woman who basically shaming her, and putting her down, mocking her, even making it seem like she is the problem. And I'm sure she is. The majority of you women is. There's not one righteous among you. So there should be no pride amongst you women. Because the majority of you women are attention seekers. Right, but the woman who I've seen shaming this girl is particularly women from the Southern Kingdom, who are the Negroid tribes of Israel. The darker hue of Israel, right? The so-called Negroes, So the Judite, woman is the main ones from what I've seen putting her down. And basically, you have a lot of people, a woman from the Spanish community, Latin community, disagreeing with that feedback, because that's their culture. When it comes to the Southern Kingdom of our woman, there's really no respect towards their men that they have towards the men that, towards men in general, man. And basically, when I was watching this video, I don't know if I should play it. I maybe should. But when I was watching this video, thoughts, came to my head, of a lesson, basically going into on how, well, this is the spirit that you women will be in, when hardship and instability come, when economic collapse come, when scarcity come, when trouble come. You women will seek a man. And that's prophecy, man. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. So this woman, she put in work. She put in much time and effort for the person of her interest, the man of her interest, And that's really how it's supposed to be, because ultimately the woman is created for the man. The woman is created to serve the man. And that is truth. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. In that day, 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name, take away our disgrace. And this is going to happen during a time of trouble, during a time of loss, whether that be the loss of resource, the loss of governmental support and assistance, the loss of economic, just overall stability or security, the loss of security in general, because that's what's coming, trouble, And women will come to their senses, and have respect unto the man, and not just any man, but the Israelite man. We will see these women's minds change towards men as we go forward, man. And this is, prophetic, not all, because the majority of women and the majority of our women ultimately are going to be judged, humiliated, humbled. And that's prophecy as well, But that catering, that pick-me spirit, that chasing spirit, that's the spirit that some of you women will have in these last days, believe it or not, towards men, especially for the Israelite man. When your lives is in danger, where you are at a loss, of resource and stability, you're going to seek after a man. And that is going to be a shift. Let's get Isaiah chapter 28, verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, and that's Yahweh Shai. You know, he was that tried stone, that stone that was tried, man. He went through the fire. You know, he went through the hardship, the temptations, laying down his life. And through him, we have access to Yahweh. Through the Spirit, man. So it starts with him. It begins with him. Our connection, our access to the Most High, because the chief cornerstone is the most important stone for a foundation. In this case, the foundation will be, or the building will be, a temple, a holy house unto God. And those of you who believe in him and trust in him and have faith, you yourself become a lively stone that become part of this building. That's connected to his presence, that's plugged in a sense, that have access to the presence of God. And that is your third temple, but it's spiritual, not literal. Contrary to what these heathen believes, you know. So Yahweh Shai, he's that chief cornerstone. It says a sure foundation, and that's what Yahweh Shai is. You know, he formed by the cross, by his blood, by his obedience, by his sacrifice. He formed a hope for the children of Israel, man. He himself became that hope. And through him, we have redemption, we have righteousness, we have sanctification, we have justification. Through him, we have salvation, man. We have life. He that believeth shall not make haste. He that believeth shall not make haste. Now, when you go into the other translations, that word haste goes into panic. So the elect man, the Israelite man who believe, will have stability. Will have refuge in this sure foundation. You know, this wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. And this is how should I pull it? This is the value that the elect will have. Well, what is it called? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. This is the strength that the elect will have when his kingdom fall. when trouble come, when collapse come, when societal strife and frustration come, when struggle come. When famine come, when armed violence come on a whole nother level in this country and in this world. The elect will not panic. The elect will not be shaken. But they will have that confident trust, man. That sure foundation, which belongeth to our peace, and our safety. That Lord will, I'm part of that number. Forgive me if I'm saying, I'm making myself of that number when I say R and stuff like that. Forgive me, it's a habit. But Lord will, I'm part of that number. But I won't be humble. But yeah, this is the strength, the firmness, the stability that the elect will have. And the time shall come where some of you who are ultimately appointed will see it. 7 women shall grab hold on one man. That man is talking about the Israelite man. Because the majority of our men, they're going to be like women. In the book of Isaiah chapter 33, it speaks about the lion man weep or something like that. We're coming into a time where men are going to be as women, weak and fearful. But the elect is going to have that confidence and that hope, that fortitude, and the strength of salvation. It says, and say we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. So the time shall come when a woman are going to see to it that they don't need you to bring anything upon the table. You only need to bring yourself. That, I'm, that catering to me spirit that these women have, they ain't going to have that in those days. They're going to have a catering to you spirit. I'm the prize spirit. They ain't going to have that in those times. You're going to be the prize. This is, and only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. Now, when you go into that word name, you get the word reputation. You get the word authority. Status. And the thing about the name of the elect is not something that's that really have worth in this world. Yahweh Shai even said that a prophet have not, or a prophet have honor. Basically, he, I can't really quote it verbatimly, but Yahweh Shai basically spoke about a prophet do have honor, but not amongst his own home or his own land or his own country. Basically, not among his own people. So the elect, the Israelite man, have a name that have no worth in this world, but they do have a name that has worth, that has respect, that has care for, or let's just say the word respect, in the heavens. That's the name that the elect have. All you who have confessed Yahweh Shai, who have confessed Yahweh Shai, confessed his name. What did Yahweh Shai say? Well, I also confess you before my Father and the angels. So all you who believe, who have faith, you know, and are faithful unto him, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, and the angels, the heavens, have respect and care for you. Wisdom of Solomon say, the Lord have respect and care for his chosen. You know, and that's a name that is great. If your name is in heaven, you know, if you're part of that number, you're going to be preserved. You're going to have that divine intervention, that divine protection. That divine armor, man. You think about plot armor, the elect's going to have divine honor in these evils. And a woman, they may not really truly understand it to that extent in those days. You know? Save those who may been in the truth before the evils. But you're going to have women outside of the truth. You know? Who's going to flock onto that Israelite man. Or you Israelite men. You know? They may not understand that to that extent, but they're going to know that they're going to see you as the prize. You know? So basically, the spirit that this Northern Kingdom Israelite woman had, you know, right now she being shamed for it. That catering spirit, that pick-me spirit, you know, that put in effort for the man of your interest spirit. You know, she's better than you. You know? Because that's the only way you women going to get saved. You know? I'm saying you women outside of, you know, who outside of this truth in those days. You know? Which even you women who are in this truth, in those days, the Lord, you know, will ultimately bring you to man, you know. And that's going to be the case for many of you. From there, I want to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 2. It says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind. Yeah. You know, you're going to be that, you're going to have that stability. You know, that hiding place that cannot be shaken by the wind. That's going to be you Israelite men. And the woman is going to see that. They're going to know it. You know? And that's the valuation that you're going to have in those days. You may not have it now. You know, because the women are dwelling carelessly. You know, they have it easy. They have assistance. They have help. You know, they're put on a pedestal. You know, even the woman who even the woman who have it hard in this world. You know, the widow, the fatherless woman, the single mother woman, even they are proud. And we are in a time where the poor and needy in general are proud. Ain't that a shame? You know, we are in a time where not only the rich are proud, but the poor is proud. Not only the great is proud, but the small is proud. Everyone is proud, man. You know? It says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. The elect gonna have that stability. You know? It says, in a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. You know? And this is the stability, the strength that the elect will have according to the power and will of God. Let's jump down. Verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Yeah. You women who don't consider men to be of any value, because that's the majority of these women. You know? You women, who got your help from the government, from your rulers. You got your social media, you got your internet. You got your goodies, your body, which you are able to capitalize off of. In this modern age of technology. You also got the marriage. The world's idea or concept of marriage or system of marriage is really a business that profit you women mostly, and really put trouble upon men. You marry a man a couple of years, divorce that man, you take half he got, or the unethical advantages that women have, when it comes to having a baby with another man. So you women have ease in this society. You're without care. You're without fear. It says, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. So trouble's coming, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And what will you women do? You women not going to have that same mentality that you have now. I don't need a man, that independent spirit, You're going to seek after a man in those days. How much more an Israelite man? Because the Israelite man is going to be there. The Israelite man is going to be found. The majority of men, they're going to perish by famine, by the sword, armed conflict, by world war, to the different battles that's going to be on the earth. Because armed violence is coming. Not just, when it comes to geopolitics, national, conflict, right? But inside of this country's battles coming, wars is coming, armed violence is coming. You're going to have martial law, civil war. You're going to have race wars. You're going to have people killing each other for food. Just a free-for-all anarchy. Societal strife is coming. It says, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. And this is going to only happen, or this some of you women will only do this when this trouble comes. Even though this is positioned, these words is positioned as a warning, For many, it's going to be, too late. For many, it's going to happen only, is you woman will only, humble yourself when these troubles do come, you know? When you think about in the ancient times, during a time of lamentation, mourning, during a time of hardship, people would strip themselves of their clothing, of, their fine apparel, their good clothing that they have on, they'll make themselves naked. That's what bear mean. And they will gird sackcloth upon themselves. And they will enter into a state of mourning and humility. Well, this is something that you woman will do in the heat, in the burning, in the fire. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields. So be prepared. As long as social media, the internet is still active, because there's gonna be a time when this shit gonna go away too. A blackout is coming. The internet is gonna be off. Social media not gonna be around forever. But as long as this thing is still on, this thing is still active, as we go forward in these troublesome times, we're gonna see more and more people, both man and woman, cry, express their disapproval and their anxiety of society and the state of the world. We already seeing it now. But there's going to be even more videos like that. It says for the fruitful vine. Yeah, the teats, the pleasant fields, the fruitful vine. The support that you probably have. And not only that, the jobs, businesses are going to close. Jobs are going to close. Economic state of this place is going to shut down, fail. There's going to be a loss of resource. Anything deemed to be a resource, or, something tangible or whatever, it's going to be a loss of that, Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And that's what this world lack. The fear of God. The fear of his word. But this woman, she, this woman, the spirit that this woman have, the effort, times, the interest she had in this particular man, put in work, catering for this man, even if she didn't really know this man, that was the man of her interest, and she put in care. She had much care. And obviously, it fell through, But just, using this as an example. This is this spirit, this type of effort you women going to show. And all you see in response to this video is, the Negro woman, the Judite woman bashing her. Thinking it's foolish. You don't gotta put in, so much time and effort for this. But here it is, you woman expecting a man to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a couple of hours to learn and to get to know you. Which you're not interested in, just being real. Some men, the majority of men, don't see the majority of you women being interested. Just want the box, man. And obviously the presence or the energy of the feminine, But you women are not that fun. Especially, ultimately, the modern woman talking about, But, that's it on that. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. So rare and of great value, something to be kept. It says, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So this ultimately you Israelite man. I'm gonna close off on that. And you can watch this video for yourself.
This is a video to the guy who flaked on me on our date. I just wanted to show you what I was going to bring to you. Now you're ghosting me last minute. So weird. So childish. So, I'm Latina. I got you some tacos. Really good. From my favorite tacos place. I made you some homemade horchata, agua horchata, because you said you like that, and I made it. And some Mexican corn muffins with honey butter, handmade. Let me know why you ghosted me. That's crazy. I already crashed out, you guys, but yeah. You can only imagine how that shit feels. All you had to do is answer the phone. And I had everything planned out. Oh my god. It's okay, you guys. We thug through. Because you know why? Fuck this lover girl shit. I guess we had to go on our villain arc. I guess this shit is not worth it. This shit's not real. And there's the sign. Yeah, there you go. So, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Thug out.